Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot believe that I am back. I am back at it. Hi, how are you? I missed you guys. Did you miss me? So today, why am I like shy? No, I'm actually just really excited. So today, as you guys can see by the title, I'm giving you guys a little life update. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about why I haven't been on YouTube for the past year. Don't kill me. And just kind of like the health problems that I've been experiencing, which kind of also is a reason why I stopped filming. And I'm just gonna give you like a little life update because I felt like it would be weird to come back and just start posting like makeup videos without kind of just talking to you guys person to person, camera to screen, and just give you guys an update on my life and on me. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I forgot how to do my intro. I hope that you guys give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. It took me like an hour to literally just connect my computer to my laptop. I feel like I'm like in the first day of school. I literally forgot how to YouTube. So I hope that the lighting is okay. I know it's a little bit dark back there. I hope that the audio is okay. I feel like I just forgot how to do everything. So give me a break if you guys can. But yeah, after this video, I will, of course, go back to some makeup videos. And by the way, I don't want to be like clickbaity or anything like that. I am healthy. There's not like a crazy health scare, but I just wanted to update you guys because I did post a video about health problems that I was dealing with 2 years ago. You guys, it took me 2 years to finally be healthy again. Not only do I want to like share this with you guys because hopefully you, I don't know, just in case you care about like what I've been going through, but also because if something like this is happening to you, I hope that I can help you guys out in any way, because the way that I was able to finally get healthy was through the internet because doctors were not doing anything for me. And I finally like figured everything out, and I just feel like I have some like knowledge and some experience to share with you guys. While we do this video, I also am going to be doing my makeup. I'm not going to be talking about the makeup though, but I will of course link everything down below. So let's get into it. Wow, where to even begin? So first of all, if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about with like my health concerns, definitely go watch this video right here, because this was my first time like opening up to you guys with what had been going on with me. And I'll try not to like make the story too long, but in case you didn't watch that video, long story short, I started experiencing like a lot of hives around my body, around my hands, around like just literally all over my body except my face, but even like from like my chest down to my feet. I started experiencing like a lot of, first of all, extreme fatigue. I started almost falling into like more of like a depression, honestly. I don't know if you guys could tell, my energy was starting to feel a little off. I started falling into a depression, not just because I was like getting hives, but I just started feeling like depressed. And I had a really hard time dealing with it because I knew that I had no reason to be depressed. Like, I live a good life. I have a happy, healthy marriage, good family, like, and so that was like driving me crazy because it's like, why do I feel so depressed? I thought maybe it had to do with my ADHD, like my dopamine is just really low. Like, I just didn't know what the deal was. And on top of that, I also developed eczema all over my legs. And to this day, I am still dealing with eczema. And right now my legs don't look good because I've been scratching so much. I went to a general practitioner and I told him everything, like everything. And the only thing that he said was, well, maybe you need to go to a psychiatrist because you probably have depression. And I was like, well, that's not the problem. The problem is that I'm feeling all these like health problems, and I think that they're all connected. Like, I think that the depression that I'm feeling is because of the health problems that I'm having. Like, I also went to an allergist, and they said that some people just experience chronic hives up to a decade, like just for years at a time in their life, and that there's no reason behind it, and that just happens to some people, that it's totally normal. And they just said that I should take Zyrtec every single day, if not twice a day, or multiple Zyrtecs a day. I was like, I don't want to do that. That's just like not the best thing for you. So, you know, I was like, I'm not going to take that for an answer. Then I went to a dermatologist, and they told me that I have, I already forgot the name, but pretty much that I'm like allergic to the sun. Like, I'm like allergic to heat. And because I did tell them that when I do like work out or I'm in like a tropical place, the hives get worse. But that's not the only reason why I have them, but they do get worse in the heat. I don't know, like that was really hard for me to accept. Like all of a sudden I'm allergic to the sun and to heat. And so I was just like prescribed doxepin, which I believe is like a anti-anxiety medication, but when it's taken in a very small dose combined with an antihistamine, it helps your histamines, I guess. It was starting to get really bad, and so I was just gonna take like whatever like band-aid medicine I could take until I figured it out myself. Thankfully that did help, but that medicine made me feel like drunk in the morning. Like I would feel like hungover or like drunk or like super fatigued. It was just making me even more tired. Like when I tell you guys, I had no energy and the brain fog was so bad. The brain fog was making me feel crazy. Like even my best friend Lena can tell. She's like, I can tell you had brain fog the last 2 years because you don't remember anything. Like I'll literally to this day, like I'll watch a movie thinking it's like my first time watching it, and Wyatt will be like, didn't you watch that last year? And I was like, what? I watched that last year? Like, I felt like I was getting like dementia or something, and that was freaking me out. And so honestly, TikTok helped me a lot. I started like researching a lot because I also thought that I was dealing with like mold toxicity. A lot of those symptoms can like be from mold toxicity. So I actually ended up doing a mold exam. And let me tell you, these exams are not cheap. Like none of this is cheap. None of this is like accessible, and a lot of these things are not covered by insurance. So I finally did like a mycotoxin test, and it came back that positive that I did have some mold in my body. And you know, mold, I don't know why it's like controversial to people. Like apparently on the internet it's controversial because some people like don't believe in that. Like they don't believe that mold affects your body, and at the end of the day, mold affects people differently, and some people can be very like sensitive to it, and I guess I am one of those people. So I knew that I had some like mold in my body, and that freaked me out a little bit because I feel like a lot of that had to do with like the brain fog. Like it starts attacking like your brain. I freaked out, you know, I freaked out a little bit. My levels weren't like super high, but they were like concerning enough. Like they were high enough to be like, I need to detox. And so I got like my house tested, and I didn't have any mold in my house, thankfully. I must have gotten it somewhere else, you know? I don't know, maybe I was exposed to mold at like a hotel or an Airbnb, I don't know. So that kind of gave me an idea, like am I dealing with mold toxicity? But it doesn't make sense because I'm not exposed to mold every day of my life. Like I haven't had like a long-term exposure to mold. So once I realized that I did have mold, that's when I decided to look into like functional medicine, naturopaths, holistic medicine. The only problem is that all of those things are really expensive. All of those doctors, all of those clinics are like, you guys, they're so expensive. Like I don't even know if you like understand how expensive it is. Like I'm talking like oh, like one appointment is like a couple $1,000s. People are spending like up to 10 grand just like trying to figure out what's wrong with them. And like obviously like that's insane. It's none of that is covered by insurance. You can't use your HSA on that. And so I kind of started to get a little bit discouraged. Again, I was like getting really depressed. I was just like, what do I do? And so I kind of just let it go for a little bit. Wyatt told me like maybe take a breath, maybe take a break and stop, you know, going crazy trying to figure this out. I don't know, like, but just relax because I was going almost like manic. So I kind of took a break. I was taking my prescription pills that the dermatologist gave me, and I knew that it was just a band-aid, but I just needed like a mental break from the craziness. You know, I was still dealing with like the same symptoms, and honestly, that's kind of the reason why I stopped posting on YouTube. I just wasn't mentally well, you know? I was just having a really hard time getting anything done. I had the worst fatigue, and I did film a couple videos that I never edited because you could tell how like down I was, and it's like, it's so hard to come on here and do like a 20-minute video and pretend like I'm okay when I'm not. So I stayed, you know, I stayed posting like on Instagram and TikTok because at that point, short form is like the only thing I could do. I decided to take a break for my own mental health and put myself first and do what I can for work, but YouTube was just a little bit hard on me. So after a couple months of dealing with the hives, the depression. I also ended up really having really bad anxiety, and like I'm not one to get really bad anxiety. Like I've always had a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm an anxious person, and I had such bad anxiety, and then of course then you have health anxiety on top of regular anxiety, and it was just like a really dark cycle. And I would even tell Wyatt, like my husband, like I'm just not doing well. Like you're gonna have to be patient with me until I figure this out, because I'm just not doing well, you know? Long story short, I finally got sick of it because it was a yoga class. I took a yoga class in like the fresh air, and it was humid and it was hot. And by the end of the yoga class, I was talking to the teacher and I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Because I've been really getting into yoga. I've been doing yoga for a couple years now, and I felt so proud of myself. And I could just see that the teacher's face and Wyatt's face were kind of like this. And I was like, what's going on? And Wyatt was like, hey babe, like I don't want to freak you out, but you're like hiving out right now, just letting you know. And I was like, oh, okay. I like opened my phone and I look at myself, and I'm like trying not to I'm like, I don't even know why I'm getting emotional. Like I'm trying to like laugh about it, but that was kind of like my breaking point. I like saw my face, and that's when I realized like I need to make a change, because I feel terrible. I feel terrible mentally. I feel terrible physically. I'm embarrassed. Like I would go places and people would ask me if like I was okay because of the hives that I had. I don't want to be like gross. So if you don't want to see, I guess I'll post some pictures. I'll post some pictures in case any of you guys are dealing with like similar hives that I was. But if you don't want to see them, like maybe skip to this because they're kind of gross. But I will show you guys some pictures of what I was looking like. So this is a video of what I looked like when Wyatt told me like you're hiving out after a yoga class. It wasn't even like a HIIT workout, it was a yoga class, and it was just all over my face. And like I know that it's not important like to be embarrassed, but like I started getting embarrassed because at that point it's like I just could tell that people were like, what's wrong with this girl, you know? And I'll show you guys some more like pictures or videos of like what these hives were looking like. One of like the darkest times for me was my 30th birthday, which was last year, and we went to like a really nice dinner, and I started just flaring up at my dinner, at my 30th birthday dinner. And I mean, I just felt disgusting, you know, like aside from, and like I'm not saying like if you have hives like you're not disgusting, anything like that. It's just after dealing with it for like 2 years, something changes in you of like, what the is wrong with me at this point? Because not only does it look insane, but like why is my body just reacting this way? Like aside from the vanity of it all, it's like, why is my body reacting this way? So anyways, I called my mom crying, and I was like, Mom, help me, like what do I do? So she had a genius idea, and I'm sharing this with you guys. I know that not everybody will have this luxury, but if you happen to be from a different country, you guys know that in other countries, sometimes things are a lot cheaper than in the US. So my mom had the genius idea of telling me, why don't we hire a functional doctor, like a naturopath in Mexico? Because you guys know I'm from Mexico and I speak Spanish, and it's a lot cheaper there. So I hired a doctor online, and I started going to her over Zoom and just telling her like, these are my symptoms, these are the pictures. So I ended up doing a GI map. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a stool test, okay? Let me tell you something, that stool test was like $500. I was able to pay it with my HSA, so love that. That kind of test will tell you a lot about like your digestional health, about just a lot about your health. I also got some like hormone work as well as blood work. Long story short, we finally figured out what happened to me because of the mixture of, I had like a really stressful year, the year that I was planning my wedding. Not only is planning a wedding just really stressful, but there was just like a lot of drama and problems going on with like people and in my wedding. There was just a lot going on. I ended up having just like a really stressful year, which that kind of stress for that long, chronic stress is terrible for your health. So it was like stress with also mold exposure in my body. With also, I actually got off of birth control 2 years ago, which I can give you guys a little update after this about that. It was just like an explosion of like my hormones, chronic stress, and mold. Just long story short, I have a leaky gut. Yay! I figured it out. My doctor figured it out. And when you have a leaky gut for that long, it starts making you fatigued. It starts giving you brain fog. It starts messing with like your anxiety, with your sleep. Oh my god, my sleep was terrible. I essentially had histamine problems because of it, and that was the reason why I was getting hives. So I finally like figured out what's wrong with me. We were able to fix it completely naturally. I haven't taken an antihistamine or a Zyrtec, nothing, in months and months. It took me about 4 to 5 months to finally heal. I went on like a very strict regimen of natural supplements and like good probiotics. Like I was taking like 12 pills a day, which I know is a lot, but again, these were all natural, completely natural. I didn't take any other, like no medicine, nothing like that. I did do a mold detox, so that essentially was like, you know, a low mold diet because there's a lot of mold in our foods. I stopped drinking coffee because there's a lot of mold in coffee, especially in the US. The US doesn't test for mold. Essentially went on a low inflammatory, low histamine, low mold diet, which is a lot. It's really hard to cook all of that into one food. There's just a lot of things that I couldn't eat. I also had a lot of inflammation in my body, which was also a lot of inflammation in my brain, which again, an anti-inflammatory diet really helped. I ate a lot of whole foods. I stopped eating processed foods. And again, I was taking a bunch of supplements as well as taking like detox binders, kind of like charcoal pills, stuff like that to detox heavy metals as well as like the mold. And I did that whole regimen for about 4 to 5 months and I'm back to normal, you guys. I haven't had a hive in so long. I can be at the beach, I can be at the sun, and I don't have hives. I don't have to take any pills. I'm living my life. I'm like, my mental is so much better. I don't have brain fog anymore. I'm sleeping better. I'm just feeling so good, and I finally felt like good enough to come back here and like be my best self. And like I'm getting emotional about it again just because I had like a really dark 2 years of my life and I felt bad for myself for dealing with that. I felt like bad for the people around me that knew I was just struggling and I just wasn't my best self. And even like my business suffered because of it. But I'm glad that I took the time to finally figure it out and like do the best thing for myself. And I did it. And I'm good. And I just wanted to share. I know that that's a long ass story. I know. I just know that a lot of us have so many health problems and you go to a doctor and they think you're crazy. They don't believe you. They think you just have depression. They think you just are allergic to this and this. I am not like talking down on doctors, like thank God for doctors, but I do think that there's something to be said about when you have problems that doctors don't want to like acknowledge, or you have like invisible symptoms and they just almost like don't believe you, or they try to attach it to something else. Anytime that I brought up mold or gut problems or anything like that to a doctor, like they would not want to talk to me about that at all. Like it's just something that they don't talk about. I don't know if it's because they don't agree with like functional medicine. Like I genuinely don't know. Like again, I don't have anything against anyone. All I know from my experience is that I had to like fight for myself and really like advocate for myself, and that was really hard, especially when you're talking to someone that's like a professional about health and they just look at you like you're stupid, and it makes you start like to question yourself. Like, am I stupid? Am I a hypochondriac? Am I creating this scenario in my head? Am I just depressed? Like it was just kind of like a huge cycle, and you almost get like a little gaslit. Just remember, like only you can advocate for yourself. Like, you know, you might have people around you, like my mom and my husband really helped me out a lot, but only I knew exactly all the things that I was feeling. Only I knew that. And I'm glad that I listened to my gut, literally, because my gut was the issue. I'm glad I listened to my gut. Okay, and I finally figured it out, and I'm just so happy about that. So yeah, that is why I was gone. It's not an excuse to why I was gone, but it's the reason why I was gone. I decided just to put myself first and to kind of relieve myself from some work situations that I just mentally couldn't handle. Like I just couldn't do it. And now that I'm back, I am the best self that I could give you guys. And I think that that's better than me coming here and like faking it. Let me give you guys a quick little update on birth control. Definitely watch that video that I linked. I'll link it in the description box again because I did talk about also how I'm not anti-birth control. you do you, boo, right? I was on birth control for 11 years. I came off of it 2 years ago. I do have a good experience coming off of it, but it was definitely hell at first, only because I was dealing with all these like other health problems that coming off of birth control definitely took a toll on my body, because on top of all the stuff that I was dealing with, then I had a little bit of like, not a hormonal imbalance, but like your body does take a little bit to like get used to getting off of birth control. I'm happy to say that my body, once I got off of birth control, I actually ovulated and I got my period the first month, which I understand is very lucky. Like, thank you, Jesus, that happened for me. The hormonal stuff was definitely the hard part, but other than that, like, I seem to be healthy, which is awesome. I did go ahead and use a different form of birth control, which is my Aura ring connected to natural cycles. If you guys don't know about that, a way to kind of track your ovulation, track your fertility, when like your fertile window, whether you're trying to get pregnant or to avoid getting pregnant, you can do that by taking your basal body temperature every single day. You have to take it every day at the same time every day, which is obviously really hard to do. But if you wear an Aura ring, it takes your basal body temperature as soon as you wake up and connects it to the app of natural cycles. And that's how I've been tracking my fertility. So I can say that, you know, I'm not telling you guys to get off of birth control, because there definitely I've heard of like unwanted pregnancies with it. Obviously, it depends on like how good you are with it, how accurate you are, if you're wearing your ring every day, every night, if you're being like responsible with all that. So I'm happy to say that I have been very responsible with it. I don't even wear my ring during the day. Like, I don't care about like counting my steps or anything like that, but I just put it on every night. I have it on my nightstand. I put it on every night. And for the past 2 years, I've been successfully tracking my fertility and avoiding pregnancy, because I wasn't like ready to get pregnant, especially not when I'm dealing with like health issues. Like, my hormones are like really good right now, apparently, according to all my labs. And I was, you know, I actually have been really, really loving the Aura ring. I will say the Aura ring is not cheap. It was definitely worth it for me. And these apps have got my cycle down to like the T. Like, I know exactly when I'm getting my period, when it's ending, when I'm fertile, when I'm not. And it's really cool to track this, especially not only if you're like trying to avoid pregnancy, but the time that you're ready to like get pregnant. It's like a really great thing, because now you have this algorithm that can tell you like, this is the best time to try when you want to get pregnant, and this is your most fertile window, and this is your least fertile window. I highly recommend it. Again, some people have gotten pregnant on it. I think it just depends on how accurate you are and how responsible you are with it. Birth control is also that way. It's not, nothing is 100% other than abstinence. So anyways, long ass story short, I am back, you guys. I am back. I'm gonna try to do one video a week here on YouTube. If you guys follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you guys probably didn't miss me that much. Well, actually, I got a lot of comments from you guys saying like, when are you coming back to YouTube? I really appreciate you guys. I miss you guys more than you know as well. So I'm really happy to be back. I feel good. I still don't know if I'm gonna do Vlogmas. Let me know if you want Vlogmas. Are you interested in like little in my life? I don't know. Or should I just like stick to makeup videos? Let me know. Like, I genuinely don't mind either way. I would rather know if you are not gonna watch it. But as of right now, I'm gonna try to get one video up a week. If you guys want more content from me, check out my TikTok and Instagram. I post there every other day, if not every day. So I do have a lot of like reviews there already. If there's like makeup products that came out within the last year that you've like wondered what I think about, I probably most likely reviewed it already on short form content. So yeah, other than that, I will be here. I'm happy to be back. I hope you guys take me back. I hope that you guys don't hate me forever. And I don't know, just thanks for listening. I know that this video was probably not the most entertaining. I just felt like it would be weird to like come back and just be like, full face of drugstore makeup, you know? I felt like I needed to not explain myself, but you know, more than anything, just like share my experience. All that I can hope for with this video is that this video will hopefully help one of you guys that are dealing with anything that I dealt with, because it was a freaking nightmare. It was a lot of highs and lows, and I finally figured it out, and I have no regrets sticking to my gut. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the look. Again, I will of course link everything down below. I will come back to you guys with some makeup videos, and yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for hopefully understanding. Thank you if you're coming back and watching my videos. I have a feeling I'm going to lose a bunch of subscribers after I post this video. Like, I feel like people are going to be like, oh, I still follow her. So, you know, and that's okay. You know, I honestly don't even care about followers anymore. I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be having a relationship with you guys. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Happy holidays. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.